Welcome to the transition from just-in-time, JIT, to optimal inventory presentation. The JIT inventory approach was a temporary fix that satisfied the needs of GLWA end users in the short term. The optimal inventory approach is the long-term solution to providing inventory needs and is in alignment with the strategic asset management plan. The mission of the logistics and materials team is to provide the right material, at the right place, at the right time using supply chain solutions that cultivate dynamic growth in GLWA through operational efficiency with internal and external customers. The logistics and materials team has stock rooms at the Water Resource Recovery Warehouse and the Northeast Storeroom Warehouse. The administration and analytics team members are located in the old Raglan building at the Water Resource Recovery Facility. Beginning in March 2019, the just-in-time, JIT, process began a phase-out with the final date of January 1, 2020. Just-in-time contracts for MAC and MAC, Grainger and VWR were not renewed for the 2020 calendar year, but are ongoing vendors. This shift in approach has been reviewed at weekly operational team meetings since March 2019. Now we have fully implemented the optimal inventory approach. Analysis of materials usage allowed us to make this cost-effective shift. In addition to adding inventory, a number of situation-appropriate options exist. The advantages of the optimal inventory approach outweighs the just-in-time approach. The optimal inventory approach is more aligned with GLWA's strategic asset management plan for the future. Some of the advantages of optimal inventory are: it allows you to align with asset management planning. Efficiency is maximized. It allows you to store what you need on site. In the end, it is more cost-effective. It allows you to store what you need for the job. There is a high level of consistency. Everyone is using same thing. You create efficiency through standards. Optimal inventory works well with P-card, which is a quick, low-dollar spot buy, and procurement, which is a larger dollar, with competitive pricing. The advantages of the optimal inventory approach outweighs the just-in-time approach. The optimal inventory approach is more aligned with GLWA's strategic asset management plan for the future. Other advantages of optimal inventory is that it is supported by L&M continuous process improvement environment and is based on weekly internal customer meetings to identify needs and priorities. How to acquire materials at GLWA. Operational inventory requests are achieved through one of two processes: logistics and materials review of requisitions and add-to-stock forms will eliminate spending money on items that have already been purchased and are stored in the warehouses. L&M will be able to efficiently track material purchases with the use of the L&M approval path in WAM. L&M is readily available to assist in the acquisition of materials to meet the needs of GLWA end users. Logistics and Materials realizes that some material needs may need to be acquired with the P-card, as well as following the procurement process for larger dollar items and emergency procurement guidelines. GLWA end users will notify L&M regarding the urgency of an inventory request. The inventory request can be classified as low, medium, or high. Low planned inventory, 2 weeks to 12 months. Continuously meet with logistics and materials to plan storage and delivery options. Inventory item can be placed in the warehouse after completing the add-to-stock form. Inventory levels will be monitored and adjusted based on operational use. Medium urgent inventory, 0 to 5 days. Logistics and materials can determine if inventory item is in warehouse or already on order. L&M manager can assist to determine if P-card use is applicable. Procurement group will assist in obtaining a PO. High emergency inventory, 1 to 24 hours. Contact procurement group for emergency purchase. The slide gives a summary of the non-inventory requisition process from beginning to end. The estimate is approximately 12 business days for a typical request. Materials are added in the warehouse with the submission of the add-to-stock form. The end user is also required to submit a quote from a vendor to add an item to stock. The L&M team is available to answer any questions and revisit locations to assist in the completion of the form. The form can be found at glwa.sharepoint.com. Link to the form can be found in the comment area below the video. The add-to-stock form can be found on the Logistics and Materials section of the GLWA portal page, also known as the One Water Connect intranet site. The form can be accessed by clicking on Forms, Policies and Procedures in the header section. The add-to-stock form can be found under Logistics and Materials Home section. The form is listed under the Form subcategory. Click on the Stock Add Change form to open the document. The completed form should be forwarded to Lloyd Bowman or Terence Anderson. Utilizing the optimal inventory approach will result in the following: assist in the planning of inventory needs by meeting with operations leadership on a constant basis, identifying items on requisitions that could be added to stock, assist operations to identify slow-moving or non-moving stock items, elimination of surplus inventory throughout the organization, proactive approach in predicting inventory needs and eliminating obsolete assets early in their life cycle. What's considered an emergency? An emergency procurement exists when there is an imminent threat of public health and welfare, or to prevent an imminent violation of a required environmental permit or administrative consent order under emergency conditions. An emergency procurement is requested by completing an emergency request form. The form can be found on the Procurement SharePoint site. The link to the form can be found in the comment area below the video. The form should be completed: 1. If there is an imminent threat of public health or welfare; 2. Preventing a violation of an environmental permit or administrative consent order under emergency conditions. The completed form can be emailed, and the end user should immediately contact the procurement manager, Daniel Edwards, or the procurement director, Sonia Collins. Their contact information is provided on the slide. If you have any questions or feedback, please feel free to contact Terence Anderson at terence.anderson@glwa.org, Lloyd Bowman at lloyd.bowman@glwa.org, and Siobhan Smith at siobhan.smith@glwa.org.